Good morning everyone, it's Rachel here and we are doing Roxy's weekly challenge. We are going to revisit some things that I made in 2022 during the 100-day project, and I haven't made them I think since then. So we're going to make some journal cards and we're going to make them from this sort of thing, so old digital letters, excuse me. I just made a sample to get myself going. It's been very hard to get into things today because there's all kinds of things going on in the world, and I'll tell you now, I might have to change my supplier for the fabrics, so I'm talking to companies about that, and that's, you know, I've got stock right now, so that's all right, but I've got, you know, it gives me a bit of time to get things done, but yeah, that's taking up some time. And then the minimus for the United States is apparently being removed, even for artisanal stuff, old stuff, everything, at the end of August. So I need to figure out, at the moment I don't know what Etsy's doing, so until I understand what they're doing, I don't know what I'll be doing, how to approach it. So I'm very sorry about that, but that's how it is. And even though, yeah, that's how it is, we'll say no more about that. So lots of things going on and it's causing me distraction. So I'm having trouble concentrating. Anyway, we're going to use these things. They're from my book page packs. I've got lots of different letters. I've already ripped some up to get me going. Into different sizes. I like the size of these. These are bigger. Here's another one. Oh, and I also had these. I like these. I could do something with those. So let's tear those up. So you'll need some sort of book pages or documents. You can have printed ones or original ones. I'm using printed ones because I don't want to use my original ones. And then you're going to need some scraps of fabric. I'll give you a list while I'm ripping. Scraps of fabric and maybe some labels or sort of some letter sort of stamps or something like that. And then you'll need, oh, that one I already ripped. I'm going to tear that down like that, yes. Then I'll glue something on the back of that. So all of these are white on the back. You'll need some backing sort of paper if you're using digitals, or even if you're using book pages, you'll need to put something writable because we want them to be able to be written on. Scraps of fabric, flowers, fussy cutting flowers. We're going to be doing some fussy cutting today, and probably a hole punch will do that as well. And that's what I can think of at the moment. So I think what I'll do is a bit of a production line and prepare reverse sides, and then we'll get on to the fun bit, which is the embellishing. So I have lots of this old paper. I'm actually going to be making packs because I've been collecting it for a long time. And I think that's what I'll use today. Just a minute, let me grab some. And I might use a bit of, maybe some of them I'll use straw paper. Let's see, maybe I'll use the beige, my sand coloured straw paper as well. Oh, I think I prefer, I don't mind that one on there. It's a colour thing for me, so I prefer it on that, on these sorts of ones. So maybe I won't use the straw paper, not that colour anyway. Okay, so let's just start gluing down, and I love all the rough edges on this, so I'm going to keep those. Some of you are so funny when you get the you order the ephemera packs. Some of you have written to me, the more crumply the better, and then there are others that are like, I don't know why this pack is like this. I'm like, I can't please everybody. There's no pleasing everybody. I try my best. I put a mix of things in, so but it's true, the more crumply they are, the more fun they are to use. So anyway, just crazy times at the moment, crazy times. It's hard to know what's going to happen next. Okay, so I'm going to have that there. I'm going to tear that off. That little bit I'm going to glue on it. Let's see. Okay. So anyway, when I understand better, and it might not be until it sort of happens, I think I prefer a different color for that one. It might not be until it actually happens that I'm able to then work out, because I don't know what Etsy's doing. They don't know what they're doing. I looked on the forum and they're just like, we're monitoring it, but we don't know what's happening yet. So yeah, they can't, I don't know how it's going to be calculated. Like other countries, like they get their GST or their VAT already gets charged when they purchase. And then I write, well, Australia, I don't have to write anything, because Australia, they get charged the GST, which is our value-added tax, when they purchase. And then there is the minimus. So my sales are well under the minimus, so they're fine. They don't have to worry about it. The UK, they get charged their VAT or whatever it is, but I then have to write the number. The Etsy has what they call a VAT number, and then I write that on the parcel. Now sometimes it has happened recently, in recent times, I've written it on the parcel, or Lulu wrote it, because a lady sent me the photograph and it was written there, but Customs decided, oh no, that's a sale between two privates, and so they got charged twice. So I'm now also printing out the bit on the Etsy order that says, for the UK, that says that, you know, that it was a Etsy sale and I must write this on the parcel. I'm putting that on there because I don't use Etsy labels. I think Etsy, I don't know how they work, and I think they cost. It's an extra cost. I'm not sure. Does anybody use Etsy labels, and how do they work? Because I don't use them. And because also I ship in different ways. Like I know I can connect FedEx to my shop, but I haven't connected FedEx to my shop because I don't use FedEx for every single sale. I only use it for mostly US customers that the weight, not even, sometimes it's a lower value order, but it weighs a lot. So when it weighs a lot, there's a significant saving with shipping with FedEx. I thought I had more stuff. There's a significant saving with FedEx, which is why I like to use FedEx for those orders. I need a bigger piece, so I'll do this one. So I don't want to link FedEx to my shop because I don't use it, as I said, for every single person. I evaluate which is the best way. I like FedEx because, even though I have issues with them occasionally, I like them because it's traceable. And I like that, nope, that doesn't work, that, that an order that's bigger can be tracked. Whereas with the post, they can't be tracked. It's just a shipping number that I have to put on by law here in Italy. I have to put some sort of shipping number on when I ship it, because otherwise they say, oh, you didn't ship it anywhere, and then they want to charge Italian. I mean, everything's crazy. It's also complex. Italian VAT. So yeah, I need to put those on the orders, even though you can't track it beyond the Italian border. I could, like, their post can see that it left, and they always leave very quickly. They leave within, whenever I've gone to check it, they've left within 3 days. Left the confines of Italy. I'm going to glue this one on here. This one's going to be a double. We'll get to the fun bit in a minute. We're just going to do all the logistics first, and then they can go in my to-do drawer. My to-do drawer is now slightly bigger, and I did send some off to a lovely friend as well to have a play with. So I did empty it out a little bit because it was out of control. Okay, put that one there. And tear that off. This is quite a strong paper, this one. It had, you know, it was, like folded over and had things written on it. This is the back of it. And then said, just going to strategically tear that. It, you know, they kept documents in there. That's what I want, that one like that. Where am I putting my made ones? Over there. I don't know whether I'll keep that. Let's do these. These are lovely. So, see? Look. Oh, how cool is that? Maybe we'll keep that. We'll incorporate that into it. So I've got lots of these. I'm going to make packs of other fun papers. I've got some, yeah, I've got other fun stuff. Now, how am I going to do that? That's not going to work. Oh, I know. I'll tear it off and put it back on. That's what I'll do. How about that? Tear it off and put it back on. And I kind of like that. So this is the writing side, I must remember. But does it matter if you've got a little bit of writing already there? So yeah, I have to, for my American friends, work out how it's going to work with the tariffs, whether it's, I'm not going to put my prices up, but maybe, I mean, with a heavier parcel with FedEx to America, mostly I'm able to, I've got the postal price on there, because also if my relationship with FedEx were to end, like I had a deal with the post office and they just decided to end it, then I have to put the prices back up. So I'm leaving it on the original prices, which are the postal prices. I think, oh my gosh, look at that. And then I usually refund quite a bit. So it might be the case that I would keep whatever add the duty, whatever the duty is. I put glue all over it. I didn't need to do that. Now I'm going to have to back it with something. So yeah, if I were to add whatever the duty was, then I would be refunding a bit less, that's all. But I can't determine any, this is my dilemma, is I can't determine any of that until I know what Etsy's doing. Are they going to charge you straight away? Are they not? How are they going to do it? This is the $1 million question. Now, I also considering, Steph has a friend that does websites, and I am considering also getting one set up. It will be a very costly enterprise, but getting one set up. Because, you know, I'm not in charge of Etsy. Like something happens on Etsy. Sometimes their algorithm just shuts shops down and then you can't get them reopened. That's happened to people. And I love that one. And so I'm not in control of that platform, which is why I also have the mailing list, because if something were to happen, I can contact people and let them know. Now, I think I'll patch that bit and let them know where I've gone. But I think I might do that, because then that could be a way to slightly deal with some tariffs, in the sense that I then I'll have less fees. I have very big Etsy fees. I'd have less Etsy fees, and then maybe that could translate somehow into people's purchases. So anyway, these are things I'm looking at. They're long-term things. They probably won't happen. That won't happen this year, because we haven't even spoken to the guy, and there's so many things that you have to include in that. But that is something we're thinking about doing, because we think it would be an alternative. Because I was saying to Steffi the other day, we don't own Etsy, and Etsy can just decide at any time. And also because it's not a person, it's an algorithm that makes these decisions. And they can deem you as not complying to something when you are, but they just shut you down. I know that happened to Kate when she first opened her shop. I'm pretty sure it was just the algorithm being hysterical. But usually I've heard people just can't get it reopened. So yeah, that would be terrible. Right, that's that one. We'll do a couple more. I've got a few ripped here, but we'll just do a couple more, and then we'll get cracking with the fun bit. I think I like to see this one. And I've got this piece of paper here, which is perfect. So these are big ones. Okay, let's put this one on. I love this writing on this one. Put that one down there. Tear across there. Like I could fold it down and have it, you know, a fold over, but I don't want to because it's already big enough as it is. I'll keep that bit. I can use that bit, and this I'll take off. Okay, so that's that. Good. Okay, so we'll put those aside. They can go in the do it later sort of drawer. No, just put them over there. We've got all of these. Leave that out of the way. Let's tidy up a little bit. Don't need all of those. You can put them back. Oh, there's an envelope. No, don't. That doesn't go there. Maybe this one still has stuff in it. No. Okay. Put those over there. For the moment, we've got all of these. Put that over there. Okay. So, let's start pulling out fabrics. I've got pinking shears. They're quite fine ones too. I think I'll use this piece of linen. So I have a drawer of scraps right in front of me, so we're scrap busting the fabrics. I don't want to use all my own fabrics. I want to use a mix, but this is just what I pulled out for now. See how fine that pinking is? I think I'll put this one on. Oh, I like it on this one. So let's just make choices and then we'll do the gluing. I always put everything on the left because I'm left-handed and it just comes to me naturally. And you really can use, don't you love that sound? I love that. You know, I bought these on Tim. I think I bought them on Tim, or did I buy them on Amazon? Look at that. And then we need something, I like to have something like a, kind of like a check or a stripe. I always consider this one kind of more like one of those types of fabrics. Put that there. Okay, so that's those choices done. Well, let's glue them on. And then we'll come and do the flowers. We'll do it all in a process. So I'm just using my Giotto glue. Now, Aussies, what I discovered from Corinne at her retreat is at Officeworks, there's a glue. I think it's the Officeworks brand. It's blue, so you can see where you glue it. And it costs less than $3. And everything on my box that I glued everything to my box that I made for Mum at Corinne's retreat with that glue. It's fabulous. You just have to mush enough on, and you do not need Giotto glue stick. You can get it in Australia. It's the blue one at Officeworks. Very good. Very good glue. Mushy, but very good. Everything glued a treat on the box with that one. Okay, so I'll put that aside. That's done. Next, this one. Let's choose different colors. So we're kind of making little sampley sort of things. Oh, I'm starting to feel hot. I haven't put any air conditioning on yet today. So that's really pretty. Might put that up there. Love that. Need a garbage basket. Don't want those. Let's see what else I've got in my drawer here. Oh, this one. That's a nice piece of a Japanese yarn dye. Put that there. Or maybe I'll have a bit of this one. So nothing particularly old here. That one's just a vintage floral. I don't know what, oh, look at that. I love that. And disclaimer, of course, I said that before. I did these in 2022. Can you believe it? It doesn't even feel like it was that long ago, but it was. Just close the drawer for a minute and glue those on. I mean, you could leave them like that, but I want to add something else to them. There's a few more steps yet before we can consider them done. I will try and get those packs in this weekend, and I'm also I've been carrying this big, huge bag full of things I've gathered to make some textile books kits, and I've been carrying it around, can I tell you, for months. It's just been going from Lulu's room out to the dining area so I could prepare them. Then it goes back in because I can't get to it. Then it comes back out again. It's just toing and froing. Honestly, it's now out again because the intention was to do something with it, and I still haven't. It's been there for days. Oh, I like the stripe. I probably could go on a big one. I will trim it down a little bit. I love all my bits. That is gorgeous. I'll trim that. We'll just have the flowers crooked. Of course it's crooked. You wouldn't expect me to be straight, would you, with my cutting? So that can go on maybe in the middle. And what else? What else? Oh, this is an all-time favorite, Tilda. Love this fabric. Put that one there. Put that up there. Bring this down a bit. Have that one there. And, oh, it's nice. Got some script. Oh, nice piece of, that's velvet, cut velvet. Oh, that cuts nicely. I think I'm going to put cut velvet on that one. I can move that up. I'm going to keep the crooked edge. Put that. Oh, I love that. Okay, let's lock that one in. It's a lot of info today. Logistical, administrative sort of info has happened today. I don't normally talk about this stuff, but it has been on my mind all morning, and I've had trouble, as I said, getting in here to do stuff. I mean, everything always resolves, so I'm just not going to, it is what it is, guys. It's out of my control. That's what I'm trying to learn, is to not fret about things out of my control. You know, that's also to do with other people's behavior sometimes too. I've just let them do it. It's not my problem. I need a wet one. Okay, so let's, oh, don't you just love that? I'm going to trim this one down. I don't want to lose too much of my stripe. Okay. I might put that way because, well, I could put it up here. I might like it up there. If I put a flower or something on as well, I don't want to cover up that little bit there. trying to square this. I think this is like an old piece of bead sack. I don't know. I think I got it from Melanie Pavea. She seems to have disappeared. Sarah told me that she's got another account yet again. So I may have to go and try and find that again. I did reserve one thing from her a while ago, and that's it. And then I didn't see her anymore. And so then I thought, oh, well, can't reserve anymore. Oh, I do like this little bit here. I'm going to put that there. Will I have this one in the middle? Yes, I will, because sort of low volume and pattern. That's why. Does that make sense? Let's fold this over. And I probably won't be able to do them all. I'd like to sit and do them all, but I'll do a couple more. And then we better get cracking because there's a few more steps to make them complete. Now you could just whiz down with your sewing machine if you want to. I'm not using my sewing machine. So no, not doing that. But you'd still need to glue them because they'll be, unless you want them sticking up. Fold that over. Okay. Oh, then the problem is then you go to use them and you just can't part with them. Let's do this one. This one's different. Fold it over. I wanted to fold it over like that. Like so. And I think I'll use it that way. Now that's upside down, but my care factor is very low. So we're going to do it that way. I just might grab this because it's thick. Just not crease it well, and it's dry enough, it's not going funny. And we've used those. I'd like to use them again, but I'm not going to. Do I need to keep these things? Can you answer me that? Do we think I need to use them? I mean, I would keep that. I could do something with that. Look at that, see? Same with those then, not that one. I'll keep those. They can be decorative little bits here and there. Let's go back into the drawer and pull out something different. Maybe I have to pull out a whole lot just so I can find the something different. I absolutely love that. That can go onto this one. Oh my word. All these bits, I love them all. I'm trying to get to something. Ooh, different. Let's just pull them all out. I'll just have to put them all back in. Ooh, what about a piece of this? Oh, that's nice. What about a piece of this? I was going to use that, but I think I'll use this. What about here? So kind of cutting little squares. I might put this on that side there, and have this one possibly. Oh yes, I like those colours. That one, and well, that'll be nice for another thing. It's got a little bit of script on it. I'm trying to find, I could have a stripe. No. I could have that. No. Oh, I've got those stamped. They might be good. When we get to the next step. Don't want green. Got green. Don't think I want pink. No. I'll get there. That's what I want. That one. Don't ask me what that is. Oh, I like that too. That's been flying around for a while. Anyway, There's always the next time, isn't there? So let's cut this one down, not those scissors, these scissors, like so. I'm going to keep this bit, and I may put it on sideways, like that. And I think, as with the other ones, I'm going to switch them around. Yes, that's better. Just so we've got too dark and light in the middle. Okay. Oops. Helps if we're not crooked. And it helps if we don't have big blobs of glue. Okay. It really is astounding how well a glue stick like this can stick things down. Fluffy bits. Put that there. And they don't have to be perfectly glued. Excuse me. Oh, I could put it that way. Let's do that. Right. We're not going to do this one now. They can go in the to-do drawer. We'll put those there afterwards. We have this here, and now we're ready to do the rest. So that's all for writing. Okay, so should I put my fabrics back, guys? Can you bear it? Oh, I shouldn't ask. I might get a rude answer. I'll try not to put in one at a time because we'll be here till tomorrow. I'll try to put several, but I like to put them in flat because, you know me, I don't want to iron anything. Go in there. That one. Right, getting there, nearly done. I'd have to do a little bit of collaging or clustering with some of this fabric. It'd be a good idea. They're the perfect size for that sort of thing. Very pleased with those pinking shears. I don't think I'll cut paper with them. I think I'll just keep them for fabric, because otherwise they'll go blunt, I think. So put those up there so I'm not tempted, and put everything away, so that's good. And now we need to go to the flower department. So I have printable flowers. You may have flower books that you like cutting up. I gave up on that sort of thing because I found it's quite an expensive enterprise having to keep up with all the books. Oh, I instantly think I might like that one. Or this one. And they're easy to cut out, those. So let's cut them out. Won't take long. Now you could also add lace and stuff. We didn't do any of that. That's a whole other rabbit hole you can go down. Many rabbit holes. So I mentioned yesterday, I don't know if you watch all probably don't watch my stitchy videos, but I had watched Corinne from To Be Loved Treasures by Corinne with her mouse mansion, and it is so tempting in the sense that I have a doll's house downstairs that I had made for Lulu when she was little, and Steffi's uncle, who's a cabinet maker, I bought this wooden little cupboard, and he cut out windows and things for me and put a roof on it. And then I you know, glued all papers and stuff. And I wasn't doing any paper crafting at the time, but I glued all papers and stuff on it. And it was her doll's house. And I would never throw it out. But I would love to, I don't think I'll do Mouse Mansion, but I would love to do all of the I think I might prefer different colours. I'll just audition and see if there's another one I want to put this flower on. Don't mind it on that one. Quite like it on that one. Let me just audition this one. Gosh, I love these. I had forgotten about them. I was going through my Instagram and I had shared photographs of them when I did them. Yeah, so I would love to just do all, you know, Anne Kelly in one of her books, she's got a dollhouse. Oh gosh, don't use that glue. A dollhouse that she's done, and she's done paper collage and stitching and stuff on it. That's what I'd love to do. So I may eventually pull that up out of the, I mean, if I had more space, I would have it with things in it. Yeah. I may need to get myself some more space. Oh, totally. If I could just put things on, I've got crooked eyes, you all know that. If I could just put things on straight, that would be a bonus, wouldn't it? Okay, let's get the flowers on and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, so here I have another flower book. I pulled it out for the first one. I don't know where I've put it. Let's just see if there's anything in here that takes my fancy. I love that one. Let's cut that one out. So I divide my flowers in in the colours. So my other book has other colours, but oh, it's right here in front of my face. It's just right there. Okay. Good one. Okay, well, we can go into the other one and go into a different color area. So I have these, as you know, in fabrics as well. These, all of my fussy cut flowers and birds. Wouldn't it be wonderful, time permitting, to have done some embroidery on one and then glue it onto a tag? That would be lovely. In fact, that's a goal. Goals, they're goals. I would like to get to doing that. Let's see. Well, I quite like it there. Probably too big for that one. Like it more on that one. Oh, is that all I've got to embellish? Love it on that one. Isn't this wonderful? Oh, this is what they say. You know how they say it's art therapy? Well, this is making me feel better from all of my anxieties this morning. This is making me feel better. Just sitting down and getting in here and doing this. So thank goodness. Thank goodness for that. It's that one. Now, I think we'll go out of the yellow. There's a bit of pink. That's a bit small, that one. No. Well, it could fill in a smaller, no, a smaller space, and then you could add something else, but no, let's just choose one that's a better size. Okay, let's go over here. Might like that one there. Good thing these are easy ones to cut. I do really like the colours on this one. So even though it's not quite big enough to fill the space, I can add something else. Okay. Do I want that one on one? No, I can probably put that one away. I don't even remember what colours are in here. Way too small. What's this one? That might be nice on there. I better find one. Well, they don't have to be flowers. They could be, I quite like that one. They could be, oh, what about that? That one. They could be, you could put birds, you could put any imagery on there that you like. You might have an old image of Marie Antoinette. You could put that on there, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm just choosing flowers. Also, because I'm just saving a bit of time, not rifling through all my ephemera bits and all that sort of stuff. But yes, you could literally put anything on there that you want to. Okay, so I think that's going to go on there. Just to have different colorway. There, and then we'll cut this one out quickly. What is that? Just a minute. Something rang. I don't know what would be ringing because I've got my phone on airplane mode. So, and my iPad's here. So what was ringing? Weird. Oh, I know. Steph's got his WhatsApp on the web, on the computer. Someone's calling Steffi. That's what it was. I get a little bit freaky when things like that happen because I'm the only one here. I love the size of that on the big one. Good. Okay, now we can finish them up. So this one, I'm just going to put a little something there. And I'm wondering if I might like this. Although I don't know if I will because it's a bit similar to that. Reminds me of that. No, I might prefer. Let's put that out of the way. Oh, I'm being a little bit too organized for my own good. I might prefer just a plain label. No. No, too many rectangles. That's what's bothering me, is there's too many rectangles. What I also have here are some stamped bits, which I might prefer. It's rectangle, but it's a bit different. There's no graphics on it or anything like that. Let's have a look at this. Let's put a little, oh, look at that. I like the bee. I'm going to put the bee on. Now, do I want to overlap? No, I don't, that's 2 centuries, so I don't like it in the center, so I'm going to put it off to the side. No purpose other than to fill in, oops, fill in a space. I've got a blob of glue there that I'm trying to get rid of. Okay. If I wanted to be really complex, I could come down here with another sort of label, but I think I'll leave that for the moment. Put that over there. Fold that over, get rid of those blobs. This one. This one could have that. Yes, it could. I've got some stamped words on fabric in a little pouch somewhere over here to my left. I'm not quite sure where they are. To my right, not to my left. I'm going to put that one there. That's just an old stamp that I found at an antique market. Sarah's sending me messages on Instagram now. I could punch a hole in there and put string as well if I wanted to, but for the moment, I'm just going to leave them as they are. I love them. Then we have, this one has a nice space here. I have another one of those. I quite like that, or would I prefer a fleur-de-lis? Don't mind the fleur-de-lis, but no. I also have, oh, I have this one, and I have a butterfly. Let's have a look at these. Sometimes it's fun just to have a nice piece of stamped fabric. I think I'll put that there. Okay, loving them. And then we've got this one, which just opens like that. That one doesn't have very much space. I am going to trim this down a little bit. I think I'll put it about there. Okay, love that. And then this one doesn't really have any room for anything like that. And let's have a look at the labels in here. First, I'm going to check out the stamped labels that I've done, see if there's anything there that takes my fancy. I don't want to cover up all of the writing, so. Oh, I do like these. These are Tina from Shabby Dabbies. Let's just see. This will be a very long video, I think. Good thing I stopped myself. See, I like that. I like it down there. Okay, let's just put that on. So those are from Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah. She's Shabby Dabby Doodah on Etsy and YouTube. And I'm going to put it right there. And that is done. Yay! I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed it too. Super fun little project combining paper and fabric, which I love. So a bit of mixed media kind of. Really, really fun. Old pieces of paper on to back them with. But how pretty are they? You could do stamping. You could have had some postal sort of stamping and that one. So we did 5 and we prepared another 3 bases. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. Have a wonderful Friday. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you again soon. Bye.